Hello. Get this music going in the background. Let me turn it down a little bit. Hey, I actually have some records that I traded for yesterday I can show you and talk about. Before I do that, I want to shout out to a couple of folks, and I want to thank everyone. I want to shout out to Jen in Holland. I just, not that long ago, you sent me you left me a comment, Jen, and I just wanted to acknowledge it was so good to hear from you. You're just someone, Jen is someone for the rest of you watching who I've never met, lives in Holland, who is a part of the BC, and just, she's one of those friends that I never have met that is in my heart. Someone else that feels really genuine to me and supportive, and I want to acknowledge her, is Sabrina Joy. I think you're out on the West Coast, Sabrina Joy. I don't know if I've met you. I may have, but I feel your support, and I also feel that we have some like-mindedness or something. Maybe our spirits, all of our spirits are connected, but it appears to me that you're one who is aware of it. I'm getting some nice, and I'll say that they're nice messages from people. I got a nice long one yesterday from someone I don't know. And I just wanted to say to that person and everyone else, I know I'm very conscious of what I'm doing here. I'm choosing to do this. I have a reason. I do. I'm not flailing about helplessly, directionless. This is my path. I definitely know that I need to be doing this among other things that I'm doing. Thank you. I have chosen this battle. So I yesterday, I'm impulsive, and yesterday it just hit me. It had been building. I said, okay, take a look at some of your records and go do some trading. Because I bought some records that I really don't listen to. And what I traded was, I had bought a Marissa Nadler album, thinking it was Letitia Sadier from Stereolab. I was one of those blind fog moments. It's not that it's bad, it's not that I'm not going to be listening to it. I had taken a chance on an album by a band called Stornoway on 4AD. I really like the music, but the vocals really are not for me, so I traded that. And something else. Anyway, I did get a few things. Nothing brand new, but it is an addiction. There is something about the act of looking for records and acquiring them that is addictive and enjoyable, and I love it. So, just got a few things. This was what really caught my attention in the used records there yesterday. Interaction by Joel Futterman. Look who's playing though: Jimmy Lyons, Robert Adkins, and Richard Davis. So I thought, and then it's on a private label. Looks like Joel Futterman probably released it himself. And the price was right. It was, for what I was going to be getting for trade, I could afford to get a few things. I've listened to one side of this already. This is excellent. Now, to me, to my ears, this is excellent free jazz. Joel Futterman is not a known name, but this is a session where it's working. These folks are hitting it. This music is happening. This is really good. Interaction, Joel Futterman. He's not a name, but this is damned good. Interaction, Joel Futterman. This is excellent jazz. Took a chance on it because of the names that I did know on it. I got this Moonshake Big Good Angel. This goes back to the 90s. Originally on Too Pure, which was a great label, but this is the US Matador version. They come out of a band, I think it was called the Wolfhounds. And I really like this band still. The vocals are the weak spot, kind of like the male vocals in the Sugar Cubes. It's like, this band would be great if they never opened if the girl, the female vocalist, yes, the guy put a lid on it. But the music, still, a lot of this music sounds new to me. It still sounds fresh. Part of it is because they base a lot of their songs and what they're doing on loops of Jackie Levy's of Can's drums. That man is a master drummer. He's still with us, thank goodness. Moonshake, this was only $4 in the trade. He gave me, basically gave me some classical albums. I mean, I bought them, but he had a box of classical that I noticed under the counter. That's one thing I've learned to do, is always look under the counters, because that's where you find stuff that people think is trash and it's gold. So he had these classical albums, and he said I don't know much about them, so he gave them to me for 20 cents a piece. Ton Koopman on harpsichord. And I just listened a little bit about this, so I can't tell you anything about it. 20 cents. Herbert von Karajan with the Berliner Philharmonic. I love their interpretations of a lot of stuff. This is Bruckner's Symphony No. 9. 20 cents. I needed this. Tchaikovsky Symphony is No. 6. Again with Karajan. On Deutsche Grammophon, these records are like, they've been barely played. They're just pristine. At the right price for a poor man like me. 20 cents a piece. Strauss, Lieder. Haven't played these, just glad to get them. Karl Baum conducts Richard Strauss. Couldn't leave him. Again, another Tchaikovsky violin concerto. Couldn't leave it. Karajan, I like the way he interprets things. Let me stop this for a second, because I want to pay attention to that in a minute. Yeah. And then Brad, when I go there, he always asks if I want a cup of coffee, and he'll make coffee, and then I'll stay and we'll hang out and talk. It's wonderful. I'll be playing a show at his store. It's a record store. Then he also shares a space with a bookstore that he's running. I'll be doing a show in the bookstore next month. Alpine Symphony. Haven't even played these yet. It was just wonderful to get some new records, some wonderful new classical records. I also bought these, got these for 20 cents a piece. Ernest Bloch. I like Ernest Bloch. Shalomo, Voice in the Wilderness. On London. Another high quality label, Erato. Monteverdi. Haven't played it yet. But again, these things, it's like, it was what I need. I needed some vinyl therapy, I needed something affordable, and I needed some good music. And then Honegger, conducted by Charles Dutoit. Fantastic. Just what I needed. I got 2 more records from him that I that were cool. I'm glad, it was a good trade. Zenigiva, Nai Ha. KK No is a noise artist who also plays noise rock, Japanese. And I'm not a big fan of this, like I have to have it and collect it all, but I like some of this stuff. I like what Null does. And this is, it's great. Again, it's like new. Crazy graphics. Comes with a poster. It's album with a one-sided 12-inch single included. I've only played one side of this, but also has kind of an obi. I like it because it's they're not like Church of Misery. Church of Misery takes a lot from Black Sabbath. I think I like this actually a little more. This strikes me as a little more original. Heavy though, Zenigiba. And then the thing that, the find of the day for me was, Brad pulled it out from behind the counter knowing that I would be interested. The Survival of St. Joan by Smoke Rise, a rock opera. 1971, I had never owned this. I'd always wondered about it. And this is very, very good. It's really well played. They kind of remind me of the band Spirit. Good vocal harmonies. Really well played. It's three brothers and one other guy. So I think that also has something to do with the high quality of this band, who we've never heard anything else about, is they're all related. It really sounds... When I listen to it, as I get through the first side of it, I thought to myself, this really has the makings of... It should have been huge. This is really, really good. Really good. So, some vinyl therapy, I call it. I call it vinyl therapy. I got me some vinyl therapy yesterday. Feels good. But you know what's interesting is I bought those records, I played a little bit, and then it just put me back into a work mode. I did play a couple of records, and I want to shout out to, if you ever still watch me, Secka Funk. Secka Funk a long time ago gave this to me. Roland P. Young, Istet Serenade. Now, Roland Young has some 1970s private pressing jazz, free jazz, space meditation records that are pretty valuable. This one is good. I think I understand why you gave it to me, Sek, if you watch this. This guy is doing isophonics. It's a theory he has, okay? And so as a result, there's an abandon to creating what he does, which means notes that are not harmonic, things that would be considered mistakes, are left in because it's the flow. And with that in mind, again, not knowing that, I think that would make a difference to the experience, but knowing that, this is really powerful. This is excellent. And Secka Funk, thank you. Roland P. Young, Istet Serenade. It's on a small label. I think this is out of Japan. M Records. I want to again thank folks for just hanging with me, being the clunky, odd guy that I am, doing this in public like this. It's just something I want to do, and I think there is a value to doing this out loud. I get enough feedback, although even without the feedback, I know in my heart that that we learn from each other. There's other people who I watch and listen to, and there'll be little things they say and do that will enrich me. So I know that this happens for others. Not everything I say, So I'm just going to keep doing what I do and being kind of naked about sharing my thoughts and what I'm about. Because I don't see a benefit in the continuing facade and charade of Western society. There continues to be such an emphasis on, if I can make it look right and I can sell it to you, that's the end of the story. I got paid and I'm gone. That really does seem to be commerce to me. And that's not what I'm about. I'd like a little substance. The entire world is suffering as a result of the, excuse me, what to me is like this disconnect, this huge disconnect that happens in commerce and and doing things in the sake of progress. There's this disconnect from the rest of the effects of, you know. I think that's also why maybe I haven't always been able to embrace the idea of being an artist, because my artists are conscious, but my consciousness has never been able to break away enough where I just say, all I want to do is create these huge glass bubbles that will cost $8 million just because I want to do it. I'm not, it's like sometimes I wish I did have that freedom of thought where I'll be thinking, well, who needs these glass bubbles and what else could have been done with this? You know, anyway, you know. So I'm just going to keep on keeping on. Let me wrap up because I kind of I didn't lose my train of thought. I was going somewhere and then it kind of dissipated, you know. I'm always thinking a million things. And yes, I am always tripping. I am always tripping about something, you know. I am. I'm neurotic. I'm going to go ahead and say that I'm going to keep Nice on sale through Black Friday. I'm just going to leave Nice on sale until the end of November through the rest of the month because it's working. People are buying the record. A lot of Europeans and Australians, you know, yeah, get them now, get them, you know. And I'm working my way through the pile of records from the first batch. I'm, you know, almost to the point where it's just all the new ones. I'm not selling any of the records that are visibly wavy. I'm holding on to those with hopes that I'll get a record flattener eventually, and I can flatten them. But it's also affected sales on Sonospheres, which is not on sale, interestingly. And it's almost gone now, which I'm happy to say. Sonospheres is almost gone. It's almost sold out. So the Nice sale continues. And this is not an arrogant statement. This is a factual statement. This album and the music that I make is better than a lot of music that people are raving about. It is. With that in mind, the other day, I was, yesterday actually, I just did this yesterday. I've been talking about Philip Glass. I go through periods, so Philip Glass. Then I was watching a documentary on the Beats. The Beat generation and the whole Beat movement, I completely identify with. Whatever. That is, some people identify with being Republicans and gun owners. I identify with being a beatnik. You know, that's my headspace. You know, society sucks. Yeah, that's part of my focus, and that's definitely a big part of what was going on with the Beats. And I was watching some more documentary. I'm really happy that I got to rub shoulders and meet some of those people, because I did. I met and hung out with some of those people. I've met and hung out with Allen Ginsberg twice. I'm proud to say that I've had to fend off his advances for sex. I'm proud of that. I had no interest in having sex with him, but what a neat thing to say that, yeah, on 2 different occasions I had to, you know, it's like, Alan, that's not what we're here for, you know, get your hands off my legs, man, you know, no black cock for Alan today, no. And we were able to smile and laugh about it. It was just, you know, it was liberating. It's like, the man was just so nakedly human. It's like, what huge balls of brass to just be that, you know. I've hung out with him. I've hung out with Dereck Rinpoche, his guru, and Philip Glass's teacher. I told you about meeting Philip Glass. Years ago, I went to the Jack Kerouac Festival in Boulder, Colorado, that was put on by the Naropa Institute. So I got to hang out with Ginsberg there again. I got to speak to Timothy Leary. I got to see Abby Hoffman, Lawrence Ferlinghetti, Gregory Corso. I got to see them all speak. I did Grateful Dead's psychedelics. It was liquid, so I don't know if it was mescaline or acid, but got high on the Grateful Dead stash, with some beautiful women that I was camping in the hills with. I'm just telling the story. Got so high on the Grateful Dead's LSD that I botched meeting William Burroughs. I was this close to him, and same thing happened with Ice-T. I don't regret these things, folks, so I'm not going to put down my drug experimentation, not at all. I'm very happy I did it. But the same thing happened one time. I was too high on psychedelics to talk to Ice-T. But the same thing happened with William Burroughs. I could not get my mouth to move in time, and he was gone. But I had that fleeting moment. And anyway, part of what I was riffing on was watching this stuff, looking at Philip Glass again, musing on all this stuff again. It got me to writing another piece of music, and it's like, so this is, I'm just calling this Philip Glass because that's what it's Philip Glass. That's what he does, but completely riffing off of a Philip Glass composition, and then I move it into my own thing, which is what art is. That's me. That's not Philip Glass. That's what I do. Something else besides this that's been happening is that I'll go online listening to new stuff, trying to just not lose contact with what other people are doing and what's going on in the world. And I'm not arrogant, but my music is just as good as anything out there. It's better than a lot of stuff that people are raving about. I'm peeling back the veil, I just started this last night. And some of this new music is available on my Bandcamp site. I'm making it available. See, there's something I gotta work. Is it coming in again? See, this is new. It just started on this last night. Okay, so we're gonna come back. Yeah. Now, if somebody wants to tell me this sucks, really all you're telling me is that you don't like me, because this is good.